The Eastern Cape Department of Education is investigating allegations that primary school pupils allegedly spent several hours unsupervised and slept in a parking lot while on a school trip. Let's get an update on this. I'm joined by Petros Majola, Executive Director at the Kula Community Development Project. A very good afternoon to you. Welcome to Newzroom Afrika. Some shocking revelations as we saw some images emerging of pupils sleeping on the floor of a parking lot. How did you uncover the story?
Thank you so much, and greetings to you and the viewers. We received this very shocking and disappointing news where the visuals were doing some rounds in social media platforms, and people have requested that we intervene. And upon receipt of such requests, we wrote to the Department of Education, but I must say that we were disappointed when we look at the photos of those kids lying on a cement floor at a place that looks like a parking lot at night, unsupervised, as so alleged. I understand that there are some people who claim that there were some adult people who were around there taking care of the kids, but I dispute it, because there is no adult person in his or her right mind would ever allow a child of that age to lie on a cement floor for several hours. And so we have asked for the investigation, and we are awaiting a response from the Department of Education. But I must say that we do get a cooperation from the MEC, Mr. Gade. He works very closely on this case, so that he gets the report, and once they get the report, they will share such report with us and other stakeholders.
So how much do you know, Mr. Majola, about how the children ended up in that parking lot? What had transpired throughout the course of the day?
We were told by department officials that they had a trip to Margate, and it was grade R to grade 2. So you look at the grades, and then it tells yourself that we are talking about kids. On their way back, they were given or allowed a few minutes to go and play at that casino along the road as they were driving back home. But while they were playing, according to the department, they say while they were playing, the teachers went to buy food. But the person who uploaded the photos and shared the story said the teachers went for a bride. But now the kids were left alone at a playground. Now, when they finished playing, they went straight back to the taxis, and they found taxis locked. So they decided to rather sleep, because kids cannot, a child is a child. When a child wants to sleep, she can sleep on a couch, she can sleep on a floor, she can sleep in a kitchen. So the kids of that age, they had to sleep on the cement floor because the educators were not there.
I mean, this is quite sad, especially as it comes just a day or so after the commemorated World Teachers Day. I mean, we heard President Cyril Ramaphosa at the SATU Congress speaking about the role of teachers, saying that teachers play a multifaceted role in and outside the classroom. More than educating, they're also social workers for the children, wearing multiple hats. But this behavior speaks to some form of negligence when it comes to ensuring that children are in a safe environment in the care of educators.
Teaching is not as easy as people think it is, where someone just goes to the classroom and starts teaching. But there is more responsibilities that one has to undertake, because when a child walks into the school premises, a teacher becomes a parent. That is why we always say the teachers would act in loco parentis. Because in the absence of a biological or a guardian or a legal person who is a parent to this child, a teacher kicks in. But now in this event, I don't know what happened, that the teachers just left. Maybe they miscalculated the time, where one would have said they will play until this time, and now let's go and do whatever we want to do. But kids finished early. But because you must remember that we're talking about kids who are still in up to grade 2. That is, those kids are very, very young. We're talking about toddlers. So to me, to leave them unattended, even for a second, that is very, very unlawful to do.
It is really unacceptable. So you've drafted this letter to the department wanting them to investigate and provide some clarity. What are you expecting to be the outcome?
Definitely, we want them to take full responsibility. And I must always say, to have someone dismissed from work, that is not what we want to see. But we want educators who come forward, apologize, and commit themselves. And we are always saying to the department, let us assist where possible to remind them in a form of a refresher course, kind of a information sharing programs, so that an educator can begin to say, I know these things, but I happen to forget. But now that I attended this refresher program, I am now willing to go back and say, I am an adult. I will not be in any sexual relationship with a child. I will not administer any corporal punishment. I will not even leave children in a classroom unattended. So that is what we want to see. We want to see a teaching profession that begins to take a full responsibility and understand that they have a role to play in making sure that our children are safe, especially during this time where there are people who steal children, where there's human trafficking, where there's gender-based violence, where there's sexual violence against kids.
Mr. Majola, and perhaps very quickly, why shy away from saying that the teachers should be dismissed? I mean, you make mention of some very serious challenges that we're facing in South Africa with children going missing, children being assaulted, abused, raped. Anything could have happened to those children on a concrete floor.
Dismissal, to me, it doesn't change the attitudes, but it just kicks out one from the system. But now we need to look at a professional development as opposed to getting people off the system. Because we have quite a number of cases where teachers are implicated. But if we can focus in the professional development so that we produce teachers who are prepared to become parents, a person who says, I am going to a university to study because I want to be an educator. And that person should say, because I want to throw away myself, the one that you are seeing, and become a parent. Even if I will be 24 years when I come out of university, but I want to be a father, I want to be a mother. Because if we talk about dismissals and then we forget about professional development, then we're missing the point.
Very well. Thank you so much for weighing in on this discussion. Petros Majola, Executive Director at the Kula Community Development Project, just reacting to the reports that we're learning of the learners who were left allegedly in a parking lot while teachers in the Eastern Cape were, leaving them to attend to other matters. But, of course, we leave it there for now.